Alright. You're not going to be able to read this, but just trying to do constructive notice here. So it says Sacramento Superior Court, 3341 Power Inn Road, Sacramento 95825, which means that's a zip code, which means it's in the District of Columbia. And the law of likes says that you can't contract, a corporation cannot contract with a living man or woman. So anyway, so they sent this letter to my domicile, which I don't live in a zip code, but anyway, so and they wrote my name, a version of my name that's not me, so that would be just, it's not my name in English, basically, so just to keep it simple. And they also put a zip code there, so I don't live in the District of Columbia, and I was not born in the District of Columbia, because that's where U.S. citizens are born. And they are a citizen of Congress, and controlled by legislation as such. Anyway, so basically, just to keep this quick and simple, I put return to sender, no person by that name lives at domicile or in a zip code. And they sent it back again. So now I put this is kind of hard to see, but you'll see. So I basically just taped terrible skateboard sticker over the address that they are trying to send this to with Scotch tape, and I just wrote notice to post office, and I circled it again. So it's basically saying return to sender, no one lives here by that name, because there is no one that lives here by that name, because that name is a dead entity. And so the way this works, and I also put Deuteronomy 24:7, which is in the Bible, where it says that you would be put to death if you made merchandise out of men. So anyway, so I'm gonna go drop it back off at the post office. But so, and on the back, I'll read you this. This is something I wrote too. This notice to principal is notice to agent. Notice to agent is notice to principal. Vessels at domicile are henceforth be recognized as peaceful American state vessels engaged in international trade, not commerce, and any presumption otherwise must be proven with the presentation of valid maritime admiralty contracts executed under the requirements of American common law, providing for full disclosure, a meeting of the minds, equitable consideration in exchange, in-kind ability to contract, and witnessed wet inked signatures by two or more parties properly identified to the contract. So basically that's like saying, I mean, it's pretty clear that the law of likes is being violated. I mean, and consideration, full disclosure is not being given. When they send you this kind of stuff, they don't tell you that they're trying to convert you into a legal fiction. But so that's what's happening, and I'm sending it back right now. And then, because the other thing is I want to tell you is that this letter is the same dimensions as a tombstone, okay? So, and it's sealed, okay? And it's dead. There's a dead entity in there. So what they're doing is they're performing necromancy. They're, they worship the dead, and they want to sacrifice a living man or woman, because when you break this seal, then the dead entity is inside, and you become the debtor. And that's what it's about. It's about death. It's a satanic agenda, and I'm not kidding at all. And also, that's why whenever you get any kind of letters like this that have to do with some sort of a court appearance, because they want you to appear. That's the word. And summons, because they're summoning the dead, and they want you to appear. So that means it's like a magic show. You're showing up as a fiction, okay? And what they do, if you break the seal and read it and then mail it back and say, oh, that's, I don't want to do that or whatever, then they've established jurisdiction, because what that means is that you've thought it was you and opened it. And if you open someone else's mail, that's a federal offense. So what they do is they put Scotch tape right here to make it appear, to make it seem like somebody opened it first and then sealed it and mailed it back. And that's just a fraud trick that they do. These people, these corporations and these privately owned corporations, especially Superior Court, that is a human trafficking center. It is fully like against all laws to do human trafficking like that, and they are relying on the fact that people will contract with them, which overrides constitutional rights and everything else. Contract law is like the highest form, so you got to know who you are and where you're at.